Hello everybody, it's me. Welcome back to NieR, where today we are tackling further rules in the Barren Desert, the Barren Palace. I forget what the dungeon we're going into is, but they have many a rule. I launched NieR and it crashed. That's always a good sign, isn't it? Also, hello Kittlefish, welcome. How you doing today? I'm doing good. I essentially just woke up because I'm really bad at actually getting up on time. I tend to sleep in until like a half hour before stream. Hey Spike. Hello as well. Welcome. Welcome. Or however that bloody cyberpunk meme goes. I mean, I'm basically as robotic as anyone in cyberpunk. Alright. Before we leave, I want to check out the shops here now that they're open. I didn't even realize they were open last time. Hello. You have maps! That is actually extremely important. I have herbs. Those are expensive. We'll leave it at that for now. Alright, what weapons you got? You've got... Alright. Wait, actually, I might have things to sell. That's gold, apparently, which actually makes a lot of sense, considering it wouldn't be very useful crafting-wise. You're at least 22% more robotic than your average cyber psycho. I mean, at least. Let's be fair, depending on the cyber psycho, it ain't gonna be that much more. I'm gonna sell 2 gold and... yeah, we'll sell that black pearl. That should be fine. I need a bit more. Never mind. We sell the other gold. Excellent. Now we can buy this. I'm not gonna use it, but we have it. Seeing his portrait art in the actual game books to compare it? Oh boy. So tell me, is it accurate or completely, like, entirely different? Weapons, yes, jeez. So we got the Earthworm's Claw, which is better magic. It's also gigantic, apparently. What the... apparently? No, it's not that heavy. I mean, magic's pretty powerful, but we'll stick with what we have for now. Actually, 10% magic versus... how much of a difference in attack was that? Lily Leaf is 140... so that's... no, Nameless Blade. So that goes down to light for, like, plus 10. Less magic. And I don't know what weight is! Is there a tutorial for this? Hang on. Anyway, changing weapons. Nope. Ordering allies, magic. It doesn't say what weight does, hooray! Alright, whatever. At least I can do this. Adam Smasher used to look like a cross between the Thing and a goblin. Ah, I see. So just strange little creature. Hey, Kaine. Let's get out of here. I wish I could meet the Kaine lady Ferris told me about. I bet she's always nice and really nice and always says nice things. I wonder if she's what like my mom was like. Let me show you the way. You'll need my guidance to get through the sandstorm. Oh god damn it, can't you just give me the lens of truth? I mean, this is enough of a Zelda already. Let me grab a comparison thing. Oh boy. Dagda's gonna send me a meme. Also, to be fair, as much as it's like, oh, they really changed it, they got the actual, like, cyberpunk, like, original writer in on, like, 2077. So, it's probably just a case of, yeah, for this, in this art style, do it like this. You know? Or even just as, tech evolves. Look at Aeon General. Alright. I'll get that up while it loads. I mean, yeah, that, honestly, that's 100% art style. Like, that's that's still as, like, robotic. It's just the art style different, you know? Stop saying that, Vice. The old art wasn't necessarily great, exactly. Don't get me wrong, you're right. The stupid branded t-shirt. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Why do we have to follow her? Can we pick her up and carry her? It'll be significantly faster. Listen, I played... You know, it's gonna be funny. Going by the release dates, I'm gonna go from finishing Outer Worlds and immediately into Cyberpunk. Which is basically going from, like, parody of hyper-corporate dictatorship to just, like, sad reality of hyper-corporate cyberpunk dictatorship. I'll guide you through the desert. Please stay close to me. Outer Worlds has been fun, though. Listen, it's dumb, but the fact that every single character is, like, contractually obligated to end their sentence with a sponsorship read, it's, yeah. Yeah, Outer Worlds is... Uh-oh. Wolf! Come here, you. Bad doggo. Pay your taxes. I don't know why... No, I'm... Oh my god, Vice! I was killing... It's trying to murder us. Please. Get off. There. Jesus. Anyways.
This is too much. I can barely open my eyes.
The moment I open my mouth, the sand rushes inside.
You don't...
Do you even have a mouth?
Oh, yeah.
How does Vera deal with this?
The mask!
Perhaps there is some manner of filter inside that mask of hers.
Oh my goodness.
Keep a keen eye on your surroundings.
But yeah, Outer Worlds is, well, in essence, it's a game pointing out how, like, the ultra... Stop, Vice! The ultra obscene, like, extreme parody of corporate culture ends up being, like, sadly accurate. No, god damn it! You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I guess this is how we're doing this now. You know Yoko Taro did this shit on purpose. I'll just quickly swap something back over. There we go. No, god damn it. There.
Keep a keen eye on your surroundings.
Alright. This mission is like... Oh boy. The best reason to use heavy weapons. Yeah, you're not wrong. I could swap over to that heavy, heavy claw thing. Alright, let's see if I can harvest this without getting yelled at. There we go. There we go, alright.
Vera sure is brave, isn't she?
For such a minuscule body, she seems to possess almost boundless stores of energy.
Gee, doesn't that sound familiar? It's almost like we're a video game protagonist or something. Well, video game protagonist in a game without a stamina system, at least. Damn it, Dark Souls. You had to go and put a number on it. Now we can't roll everywhere. Dear God, why? You know Yoko Taro was sitting there laughing as he watched the playtesters go through this. It's like, Ah, look at them. They're so angry right now. They hate it. I love it.
Wolves.
Alright.
Look out.
And again. Ha-cha-cha. Or ha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Stay close
Ah.
now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna knock them over and do the instant kill, because then they don't get chased away from the girl.
Stay close
Vice!
to the girl
I swear to God. Ninja Gaiden Dead or Alive fame was worse about that. Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah, that does sound right, to be fair.
This girl must possess extreme patriotism. Look how she gives all for the sake of her prince.
I'm just looking at that dress sort of bounce left and right. I don't think that's how clothing works, but oh well. Who am I to judge? Or analyze? I am a mere robot. Like, do you think I wear... all I wear is this hoodie and tracksuit pants. Or sweatpants if you're American. And the bunny slippers. What's with the cone head? It's one of their rules. They must wear a mask. Baron Temple is just ahead. Oh, and one more thing. Hooray! A map. Who needs a map? This is as far as I can go. Okay. Who you calling Pinhead? 100% accurate sandstorm experience. Pretty much. Yeah, watch the game crash and we have to do it again. Anyways, I heard you like Zelda dungeons. We're cutting out all pretense. Have a Zelda dungeon. Can I open this? Nope. It's sealed by a mysterious force. I don't think I could live in the desert either. I couldn't say myself. I live, you know, far south, on the coast, so... Well, not on the coast, but, like, coastal area. Anyways. The following actions are prohibited in this room. Leaping rabbit. You know what it means. I'm not even gonna test it. Actually, yes I am. It'll be funny.
Sorry, what now?
There we go.
Guess we have to play by the rules.
Yep. You thought the rules were just a funny gag. No, we're dealing with all of them right now. This will be fun. All right, pull you back here. Temperate climate summers hot enough. I doubt I can stand sudden heat. Spike, remember, I'm in Australia. When I say far south, I mean like literally, southern hemisphere shit. No, not like Florida. I'm essentially like far north relative. Is where I'm at right now. Very anti-equatorial. Which, well, the humidity ain't great for the rain. Yeah, Colorado in terms of climate. That sounds about right.
What a bother.
I wonder what this prince is like.
The man is tasked to protect his people, and yet he's made them toil to save him. I think that tells us everything we need to know. That he is an incompetent fool.
just hear someone?
There it goes. I was wondering when that would happen. The general northeast US climate, yeah. Yeah, we get the hot summers, cold winters, and you know the artist I was showing you? Yeah.
Where did you come from, boy?
Wait, seriously? But you're just a kid.
Carrying the last version? Oh, nice. Just in time then. Oh no! UFO! It's one of those Mexican salami aliens. Those things aren't fucking real. But that's a whole other matter. Alright. Gotta defeat the UFO. Leaping rabbit, stationary owl.
That was unusual.
Come on,
Well.
we have to help him.
Or we could simply pretend we didn't see him instead.
Can't stop addicted to the shindig. There we go. Hooray, we did it! Another rule completed. I legitimately got the alien bodies. Yeah. Listen, it's a pretty bad hoax, ain't it? Well. It ain't the first time, and I doubt it'll be the last. People love making... Where'd Kaine go? Well, I'm sure she'll catch up. And in we go. Alright, what rule is in this room? We've had leaping rabbit, stationary owl, and up next... sliding salamander? Magic spewing bat. Wait, racing wolf, evasive mouse, rat, magic spewing bat. I see. Kaine?
God damn it! This shit's starting to piss me off!
Kaine!
Kaine? Uh-oh.
What in the... Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Let me go! Let me... I'm gonna kill you when I get out of here!
I assume we'll have to find her as well.
Yep.
Yeah, in case you weren't certain about this being a complete and utter joke dungeon. Ah! I went too fast. Alright, yeah, I got it. I got it. Again, Yoko Taro looking... I didn't... Oh my god. Oh my god. There's no walk button here. Alright. How the fuck am I gonna get through this? No, actually though, how the fuck do I get through this? Probably by attacking, right? Nope. Oh dear. No, okay. Attacking is the way. Oh, but I can't get hit? For real? Okay, Can I kill these things? Yes, okay. Ah! Alright. Alright! Oh, they fucking respawn? Okay. Alright, well that... Alright. I am just gonna have to time this one, huh? Alright, that'll do. And I can... There we go. Alright, there we go. Don't fuck this up now. Alright, that was a painful room. God damn it. Goddamn troll. Alright. What next? I just realized I could have jumped in that room, huh? That probably would have been helpful. Oh well, we worked it out. Protected turtle and magic spewing bat? Wait, that means this is an easy room. Because I could just... Well... Easy, in quotation marks. Like, okay, yeah, they'll just... Ah! Okay, I almost had that one, to be fair. Yeah, just let me, like... There we go. Yeah. I told you, easy. As soon as I have actual mobility on my side, these are not as rough. Well, let's heal. And what do we have next? We have... Ba-ba-da-da. Oh god. This doesn't look like a fun one. Also, these are just the cubes from Drakengard. Just saying. Cube gargoyles. Evasive mouse and magic... Okay, again, not a hard one. Just, you know. It's cubes with improved textures, yes. Improved in quotation marks. Technically, the Drakengard ones came after this. Because NieR released before Drakengard 3, right? Or was my memory failing me? You think Square gives Taro a budget? No. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason he's still going. Is that he makes these games on pennies, and then they become weird cultural, like, what the fuck? Blade wielding... Okay.
Easy, Vice. We need quiet or we're gonna mess this up again.
These masked folk certainly enjoy their bizarre customs.
We have now turned into a third-person shooter.
Complicated rules.
NieR came before Draken 3, but the cubes were also in 1 and 2, primarily in the middle. Oh yeah, fair point. Fair point. And onwards we go. To what? God only knows. What do you... I'm curious. So, for one... I genuinely think Square Enix as a company is too... I thought I'd have more time to jump off that. Is too far up its own ass to actually... I hit jump, but it didn't. It's too far up its own ass to make another game that isn't live service bullshit or made by the Final Fantasy XIV, like, part of their company. But if they did, I feel like we'd get Drakengard 4 before another NieR. FPS or third-person shooter in the Draken NieR settings, again, that's just Square Enix too far up. They wouldn't like greenlit like that at all. And that's the big issue there. Like, people would play it, but they don't see that because it's not live service, all the money, microtransaction bullshit. And it's not Final Fantasy, so they can't get away with it. Like saying, oh, but it's Final Fantasy, so we gotta be a decent game. Look how 15 did. Oh, we're just fighting now. There are just shades in this room. Oh, but I can't close the distance. Use the word basa! Basa these nuts. I mean, the directors and staff want to make modestly budgets of stuff that they can experiment with. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But Let's sell Hitman and Tomb Raider for NFT. Who needs, like, name recognition? Give NFT money. Those will clearly never die. Oh, you know. We all know how that... We all know how that ended, how that goes, so let's just skip right to the end. There it is. Besa. I don't think I wanted... Yeah, I wanted Solaire. Because, listen, I don't know who the Square Enix higher-ups are, but they're a bunch of complete morons who are only getting away with it because, they own some of the biggest franchises in gaming. Like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, etc., etc. Like, if they didn't have shit like that in Final Fantasy XIV funding the company, they would absolutely not still be in business. They would have fucking died. Or been bought out by someone. They got rid of the first president that was insisting on NFTs, breathed a sigh of relief, and then the second president came in and said, more NFT! Ah! I wonder what happened to those people with their monkey NFTs. How much... I hope they're really, really regretting that purchase. I bet they are, but, you know, I could still hope for it. There we go. They would be hemorrhaging money if not for Final Fantasy XIV. Yep. That is entirely... I believe that's entirely accurate. Final Fantasy XIV is literally carrying the company right now. Which is why they got to make Final Fantasy XVI and didn't shove bullshit in it. Because they literally were like, well, you guys are carrying the company, you get a blank check for this. A lot of Square Enix ended up jumping ship, yep. Yep, that's absolutely also the case. You know it, I know it. Square Enix are just in a shit position all around at this point. Then I feel like we're about to run into a cutscene and then a boss fight. Or not, I guess. It's kind of cool that you can see the 2D section over there, though. Nice world consistency. They didn't have to make that open, but they bothered to. Wonder if Popola knows what it's called. A big WoW migration? Yeah. Because Blizzard is another company that just shit the fucking bed. Because instead of changing with the times, they kept on with their bullshit and then fucked up Overwatch 2. And at this point, you couldn't pay me enough to play a game by them.
What's this?
Well, this doesn't look suspicious at all.
Bobby Kotick. Again, there's so many dumbass companies out there that you look at some of the decent ones and you're like, wow. You know, I can't believe I'm looking at EA and thinking, well, you know what, at least they're not that stupid. They're still pretty fucking stupid, but boy, have times changed. Also, hello, Adavik? I'm gonna go with Adavik. Welcome. We are fighting cubes! Orb! I don't...
It's about time.
I don't know what's happening, but we're shooting cube. Intelligent Cube, or whatever that one PS1 game is.
What is this thing?
Defender of the Polyverse. Cube Man. Ah. Fighter of the Orb Man. Ah. Pondering the sun.
Detect magic within the glowing cubes.
No, 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 don't get, bitch. Oh, good chat, good evening. Good evening to you as well. It's actually midday over here, but that's time zones for you. Die! There we go. Go on. Cha-cha-cha! You got... Wow, you went down quick. Come on, there we go. You know what? I should be spamming these. Or maybe not. They're shooting enough things to counter them. Purple! They had purple orb. Oh, we're in trouble. But anyways, this is the point where melee combat just disappears and the game turns into a third-person shooter. So, you know, that's fun. Oh, you need to die. Stop him, he's supposed to die. Look out. Can't think of the word for day, fair. Ah! And gotcha! Alright. Last level. And then probably we have a melee fight ahead of us, if I had to guess. I mean, there's still a lot of health bar left, you know? Or they're just gonna put another thing in front of us that we have to... Oh, god damn it. Perish! God damn it. Oh, it's having fun, huh? And this is the part where the game just gives up all pretense and turns entirely into a shmup. Yeah, I'd use lock on, but I feel like I need to be leading my shots right now. I want to make it through the action RPG into a bullet hell, said Yokotaro one day. It's like, oh, are you ever going to stop making them into bullet hells? No. No, I am not. For some reason, nobody stopped him. Well, to be fair, it kind of worked. It's pretty fun. Also, third-person shooters are a thing. There's not necessarily anything wrong with this concept. Beep, bada, boop, beep. That is the music. Oh, damn it. Got it! Alright, that was phase 1. Up next, we have...
The guardian of this temple is a curious sight indeed.
Says the talking book.
Oh, there we go. Remember how I said this game's just a Zelda game with extra stuff? What the fuck? Oh god. That's different. No, you... Hello? Can I hit you? Am I gonna break your arm off?
This is a powerful
Oh,
foe.
no, cutscene.
There you are, you bastard!
Oh, it's Kaine.
Kaine!
I'm gonna kill the shit out of you! Now hold still and die already!
We're gonna kill the shit out of you.
Ah!
Kaine's natural state of being. You're not wrong. I feel like if you got between the gaps in that, you could just sort of spin and murder it. Hi, Kaine. Did you lend a hand? This is getting a little bit excessive.
Find us.
Oh.
Beats me. I just kicked a bunch of ass and wound up here.
There we go.
And without even bothering to get dressed.
Ah!
Fuck off, book.
Kaine.
Kaine, the glowing cubes take priority.
Screw your priorities! I'm gonna kill this thing my way!
And that's Kaine for you. Screw priorities. I have pure, intense anger. Oh, it's this one again? But I can't hit it when it's... Well, if I just stand here, it can't hit me. Because I destroyed the other parts of those cubes. Yeah, sure enough. Oh! That's spatial awareness for... Yeah, huh? Kaine, they're not vulnerable yet. There we go. It's one hand down. And that's the other hand down. Alright, time for the weak spot. Probably in the head, right? It's gonna be in the head. Oh? Oh no, that just took out another chunk of its health. Okay.
This should prove interesting.
I'm not entirely sure what it's turning into, but it feels dangerous. Ah, I see we've entered the laser section of the bullet hell boss fight. Ah! And it's a good thing I play Toho, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna manually aim this shit. Ain't no way the auto tracking's keeping up with this. Yoko Taro, why did you make it so the players have to aggressively button mash to shoot? I don't know. It'd be funny. Oh no, that's the thing. I'm having a good time. Like, this is a fun boss fight. Like, don't misunderstand me. I'm enjoying myself. I'm just also laughing because I know Yoko Taro is. It ain't Castlevania's Legion, but it ain't bad. Yeah. Hey, there's something to be said for just a bunch of cubes making up a single giant form. It's kinda neat. Get it, get it, get it, get it! There we go. Now, which one am I attacking next? Because there's only 4 of you left. What am I aiming at here? Oh, I guess those. Okay. I mean, we already established there's 10 million of those, but fair enough. Well, that was fun. Oh, hello. What are you doing down there? Where's your mask? You know you're in violation of the rules, right? Oh. Yeah, you better get on that. Just in case it wasn't obvious. If you were a little bit... Oh, I mean, calling it a Zelda reference is a bit of a stretch, isn't it? You know. My liege, have you any of the idea of the trouble we've... The royal mask. Yeah, no, okay. Our people have suffered since the king's death. I was too young to bridge the gap between our people and other civilizations. Trade has come to a halt. We lack food and water, and the people despair for it. Mask is an emblem of the king. With it, I can project a strong image to other lands, and our people can be prosperous once more. My prince. Rules do not exist to bind you. They exist so you may know your freedoms. Those are the words of the previous king, my father. And now that I have his mask, I believe I can ascend to the throne. Is this correct? Of course. Hail! All hail the new king! I apologize to you, my foreign friends, for all your hardships. I swear by my new position as the King of Facade, I shall grant whatever you desire. Please, what is it I can do for you?
Oh, no, that's alright. We were just happy to help.
Nonsense! Speak your desire so that I may see it done.
I believe the Regent has just given us an order.
I guess so. In that case, how about you make Rule 0? And have it say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to change it.
A splendid idea.
Very well. What? But my king, this cannot be! Our people have long memories. We shall never forget the debt we owe you, no matter how hard the times. Such is the way of the masked people. and thus we shall grant your request. Still, that alone cannot repay our debt to you. Please accept this. If you play NieR Automata, you may remember masked robots at some point. I don't really know where the connection is, but that's why.
Thanks. But I think most of your praise belongs to someone else.
Thank you, Fire Eye. I'm sorry for all I put you through. It's not a problem. We got a new sword. Let's have a little look-see. Rebirth! It stinks!
Do you know how to cure the Black Scrawl?
Ah, the foul disease that claimed my father's life.
So, even a king couldn't recover from it.
I fear everything we tried ended in failure.
It seems there is no way around it. We'll have to collect the sealed verses after all.
Yeah, it's the only lead we have.
Pardon me, but what are these sealed verses?
We came across an old song that says if we find them all, we can cure the Black Scrawl.
And yes, we are well aware that refrains penned by minstrels half in their cups are hardly a reliable source of information.
I don't know how I fucked up my shoulder, but I did.
Hey,
Ugh.
I'll believe anything if there's even a sliver of hope it could help me save Yona. And I'll collect verses, orbs, crystals, magic goat meat, whatever.
That was a Final Fantasy reference. Sorry we couldn't be of more help. You never forget a debt. Oh. Ato. Also, they're just speaking Japanese, right? Or is it the Japanese-sounding unique language Yoko Taro made? Because I know he made a language for this shit. Can I ask you to visit us again? To return as friends?
Of course.
Just try not to get yourself kidnapped again.
It's a cipher language, that makes sense. Thank you. I promise to be careful. We attained the Dark Wall magic. I'm probably never gonna use it.
I'm worried about Yona. Let's go back.
Alright. Let's head back home. What do you have for us? Amber Wolfhide, nothing special. Hacha. And there's another shop over here for just groceries. With... Ooh! Hang on. If we buy a watermelon, we can do the Yona quest. Hold up. That's something I have plenty of. Clay. Here, I'll sell you this clay in exchange for a watermelon. This is a fair trade. Probably. Let's head to the entrance. Oh, we never checked the Strange Things store. It would have been faster to run. Whoopsie-doo. Oh, wait, I could skip. Good. Hooray! Hello, I would like to buy a stop sign. Oh. When I actually have some on hand. Well, there we go then. Hi, Kaine. Alright, back home. I'm not entirely sure where the game's is far away town where you can see the ocean. I hope I can see the ocean someday. I bet it's huge. We get back home, we'll see where we end up going next, but I think it might be more side quest in time. We've got some things we need to knock out. One of which is gonna help us traverse the land. And I think we're about ready to take it on. We're decently powerful now is the main thing. Oh, that reminds me, I wanted to try the heavy weapon. And get off!
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
Doesn't really make a
I
difference,
don't
but
think they're absurd.
given magic damage is still our damage.
Those rules are important to the masked people.
You don't say.
I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking,
God damn
more
it.
walking.
Come here. Ah, get. Fucking. Come here. You're valuable to farm for resources. If forest snakes, or if it's time for the introduction of the franchise-wide second best boy. Wait, who's best boy then? Is that 9S? I feel like it's 9S. Cute baby dragon. Oh, that makes sense. But he's not franchise-wide, but then again, neither is 9S. Really, there isn't much that's franchise-wide when you get right down to it. Kind of is just a meal. Pretty much entirely because Yoko Taro likes wearing the mask. Because everyone goes, why the fuck is Yoko Taro wearing that mask? And then everyone else just shrugs and says, look, if you play the games, you might get some of it. Don't worry about it. Wasn't there that time he broke the mask and he was wearing something stupid he picked up at a dollar store instead? Time. Time is less best boy and more, literal psychopath. Also, what have you got against 9S? He's a good boy who made... Well, I'd say he made a lot of mistakes. It's more he got fucked over by life. Everything existed to screw over 9S. That's basically the plot of NieR Automata. That's not even the spoiler, it's just the fact of life. 9S is having a bad day. Alright, we're back. Oh, hello. Let me guess. Fragile delivery?
Hey, you can get in a facade.
Nope.
Great. Just get that to the web.
Whoops, we'll do that later.
Ah, crap.
That did not sound good.
I think we broke something.
Well, there is little point in finishing the delivery now.
Hey, a stuff grew. How about that?
Yeah, I guess.
Harvest. We have watermelon. We have bell pepper. Technically try with 2B and blank, yeah. Hooray! We have nothing else to plan. Alright. Let's go see Yona. It's always good to pop in and say hello. Boop. Boop. Kaim is definitely interesting, given he's literally a psychopath.
Oh, hey,
How are you feeling?
better now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
Sure, I'll stay.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, Yona. I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
The only problem with 9S is that he's not too big. Look, I may be a femboy robot, but I'm just saying that 2B is all the stronger for being paired up with small subby 9S. And I don't think I need to elaborate beyond that. Anyways. And if Margaret was in chat, she'd have words right now. Anyways, now we have this. I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face expressionless as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S. Then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse! Thing I'm looking for to keep saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream, I want to tear down the walls around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this, I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I pass out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth. So there's your answer, Dagda. We're going to the Forest of Myth after we do a little bit of side questing.
Just a dream.
Just a dream.
Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Speaking of other Yoko Taro, well, let people come as it goes along. Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and Forest of Myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona. Did somebody...
Yay!
Anything else you need?
Actually, I need a pumpkin.
Alright then.
Alright, up next we have Pumpkin. Do I have a pumpkin?
Did you find...
No, alright. We'll get a pumpkin eventually. But yeah, we'll head on out. Oh.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Your Yona certainly has some eccentric tastes.
She's always been that way. But if that's what she wants, that's what I'll get.
Being an older brother appears to be a difficult job.
I just need to see her smile. Then it's all worth it.
Alright. So we're gonna talk to Popola first? Yeah, talk to Popola first. We're gonna check the town. We're gonna knock out 2 side questy things. And then we're gonna head to probably the Forest of Myth. It's not gonna be... yeah, it'll only be a couple of things we're knocking out beforehand. Popola, I'm pretty sure you're the one who's gonna guide us to this forest.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice on the matter. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of dream, evil, dream, empty, dream curse, dream, evil, dream, words, dream, and dream, someone dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
Well, there we go. There is something Dream going on in Dream, the Forest of Dream Myth. And we'll dream everything we can to dream there. And is working on a secret recipe. I wonder what that could entail. A melon, a watermelon, and a pumpkin. Probably not going to entail anything good. But first, we got some shit to kill. So we're gonna knock that out real quick. That lady is still bugged. I don't have enough lizard tails, and I don't think I can do your quest yet.
Apparently, you...
Eagle eggs, that's it. Okay. Yeah, so we're just going out here first. Oh, hello, you have a side quest.
Excuse me, but have you seen my son?
I don't think so. Why? Is something wrong?
When I got home, I found a note from him that said he was leaving and not to look for him. What if he's left the village? Please, you have to help me. I'll pay you whatever you want. My son shouldn't be too hard to spot. He wears a very odd hat. You can see it from a mile away.
Okay. If I see him, I'll let him know his father is worried about him.
Alright. Strange hatted son. Yeah, alright, let's go. I don't know where we'll run into him, but that's a quest. And if you're wondering, oh, 2 things and one of them's out here, yeah, we're gonna see how we do against this boss out here. Well, mini-boss, rather. I feel like we're in a position where we can at least take a slap at him. It's gone. Huh. Wait, does it only shows up during certain things, doesn't it? Because right now it's sunny out, so it's not going to show up. It's one of those things, isn't it? Oh well. Well, that's one of them down, I guess. So much for that thing. Alright, round 2 is out to the north. Which is along the way anyway, so it all works out in the end. We can also definitely stop in at the area for the eagle egg, but we can probably do that on the way back so as not to delay too much today. Because unlike other days, we can probably knock out 2 sealed verses today. First thing we're going to do is quickly stop in at the brothers to see if we can upgrade this new weapon we got. I don't know if we can or not, but it's worth checking in. Am I ever going to stop killing these shades? No, not really. They're very easy and they give me free herbs. I'm gonna get hooked on the brothers. The Funk Soul brothers? Oh. Hacha, 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 hacha. And up we go. Now, it's kind of funny. If it were anyone... Oh! Hey, Sakura Wolf, thank you for the follow. You managed to freeze my VTube studio. Thank you, you're blazing. Welcome, welcome. We're playing the NieRs, and we're going to go say hi to the brothers and see if they can upgrade our weapon before we head on out to the Forest of Myth. Yeah, we just got done in the Rules Kingdom. And we are doing, as every side quest in this game is just a bunch of errands, let's be fair here. It's not so many side quests in the vein of, ooh, epic, like, silly things, it's errands all the way down. There they are.
how can I... Need some work done on your weapon?
Alright. Can you upgrade this? Hey! Thank you so much, Kittlefish. Thank you so much for that. For continuing the gift sub. So, oh yeah, that was just straight up a sub then. Thank you so much. I always massively appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the emotes and all that goodness. But yeah, it looks like we need scorpion claws for the weapon upgrade, so none of that today. But let's keep going. Hell yeah. We're gonna go visit a certain something with that gifts up the gift is regular. So this is why I don't try to be specific about these things.
I have to save Yona.
Calm down.
All right. Settle down, NieR. Yikes. Boy, getting angry today. Wow. All right. All right. Hang on. We're gonna wipe some of these out real quick. There's a lot of them here, my goodness. Ha-cha-cha. Hey, we got a paralysis on one of them. Hey, we got the word lugas. Loogies? Lugas. Ha-cha-cha. Oh, may as well heal then. We get a free herb. No, you go down, damn you. Ha-cha-cha. Ha-cha-cha. Level up, and that's why we were doing that. Level up's always very important. Go down. Ha-cha-cha. On my way, I'm a motorist. First of many signs of this game that nobody's particularly right in the head. To be fair, the first sign of that was called a Yoko Taro game. And that one's just running away. Alright, whatever. Let's go. I don't think Yoko Taro's ever made a game where the characters were sane. I'm just saying. But it's true. Look at... Drakengard is literally a game about just the actual worst people. Every single one of them. It was so bad that it even got through PS2 era localization censorship. Alright, we have a certain something we need to deal with out here. And I don't know where he is. There he is. We have characters that are seemingly nice and normal people. Fair point. Alright. Sup, Ride Borsky, whatever.
Hey, it's a wild boar.
Have you the skill to hunt one of those down?
Probably not.
They look pretty strong.
We gotta be exceedingly careful about this. I'm pretty sure it could still instant kill us if it wanted to.
This is impossible.
No, it's not. We're actually doing pretty well. Alright. Uh-oh, here we go. Get out the way, out the way. There it goes. Pig, indeed. Getting mad again. Yeah, you could have done this sooner, but I wanted to play it safe and not have to keep dying on stream. No, lock onto the pig, damn you. Oh, come on. There we go. Boar tusk. And boar liver. So that'll be that one side quest we got ages ago down, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, boar hunt. Report back to the client, so we've got that to do now. Need to have one of those point flow over the head memes where the perceived moral of the story is something normal. Then the actual moral is something like boars are the most goddamn terrifying thing on the planet. True. True enough. That's basically Yoko Taro game in a nutshell. It's like, yeah, it's like, huh. Wow, a game about the horrors of war. And then it's like, really, who doesn't want to fuck a dragon is the point flying over people's heads. Alright. Aww. You could hear Devil singing. All the way in the bar, too. Or maybe she was singing at the fountain that day. Anyways, the Forest of Myth. We're here. We've made it. There is a man and a tree door. Or if Drakengard 3 is fuck flowers, or my homies ate flowers. And that can be taken literally, given that everyone in that game is horny.
There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
Alright.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Such cheek. Hello there. How are you doing today?
Beware the words.
Oh no, it's Gold Lewis.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Faris and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had been spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here.
He said.
Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the
I
mayor.
think you have.
In other words,
Said Faris.
we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Faris' suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Faris had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream.
Said the mayor.
A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Faris and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Faris like a contagion. Wait, said Faris suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something to dreams, or... oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Ferris's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Ferris. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper flooded to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call a death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked up inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until that happens. Ferris nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Ferris, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Vice. The Grimoire looked from Ferris to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet, you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. You're right! I had no idea you were coming! The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We're as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Ferris and Vice. We're all counting on you. A moment while I take a drink. Drop the cardboard tube on the floor, apparently. Y'all ready for this? Because boy howdy am I not. As Ferris slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Ferris's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. Dagda, goofy is a fucking understatement. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, His hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be spectacularly poor be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Faris to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Faris snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk! Faris leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can a stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Faris slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss! What's going on? Faris could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Faris's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zray, 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 zray. Chuck, 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 chuck. Whoop, 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 rum. Shik, 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 shik. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Faris began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they're asking a question. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it sort of feels forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Hey! The answer is... a seesaw. No, the answer is a secret. But we're gonna answer with seesaw. Because, let's be honest, we're just here to see what happens. Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3? Oh, it's a seesaw! Weiss's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Rain, rain, wah, rain, rain, wah. Shik, 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 key. When Faris came to, he was once again surrounded by the sound of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I mean, guess what? I like it around the answer. 1 with it is dangerous. What is it? Yeah, anyway. The answer is a secret. Inwardly furious that Weiss left a task to him, Faris sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Faris like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Faris moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Faris after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Faris picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Ferris grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all, this one is pretty easy. Enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? A bird! A bird! Weiss emitted a low groan and fell to the ground with a thump. Surely even your foolishness is not so profound. I guess you're right, said Ferris. That doesn't make sense, does it? Bird. Sunlight! Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, cried Ferris, awakening Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? Oh, that's Ferris talking. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Ferris walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peeled out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by the mist. Began Ferris, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Ferris tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Ferris. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? An angel! An angel. As the words were spoken, Ferris found himself covered in the snow of perfect white feathers. A warm, gentle feeling ran up his spine as a creature of unimaginable beauty shimmered into existence. Ferris found himself unable to hold back tears as the being's voice rang out. You are incorrect. Please make another choice. Well, now I gotta know what demon does. A demon! As soon as the words were spoken, the forest began to swell around them. Leaves browned and fell from trees, branches withered and died, the tall green grass shriveled into dark curls of ash. Suddenly a massive demon appeared before Ferris and unleashed a tremendous roar. Oh, now try again! I have 4 legs in the morning, blah 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 blah. Vicky comes out. So we redo that bit, Vicky comes out to do the angel and you come out to do the demon, right? A man. A man! The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct! With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. Got something that might interest ya! You're the mayor! Cried Ferris. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry, what's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Then you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Ferris watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Ferris and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Ferris's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We've not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Ferris withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least, I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Faris filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Faris cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Faris and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Weiss, it is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Faris shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did it. I'm back. He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, and glanced at Faris and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn it in short order, I am sure, said Weiss. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, and then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that this tree is home to a powerful magic known as the Sealed Verse. Faris and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Faris mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Faris tried to keep a straight face and failed. The mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just kind of some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Faris gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
That's right!
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
That's right. We caught light novel disease. Now we're gonna get turned into a one-season anime that gets cancelled right as the cliffhanger happens. You know it's true. Dear God, that was I'll be honest, I was simultaneously really looking forward to that, and terrified of actually having it happen. Because, god damn, that's a lot of talking. And the worst part is, we need to help the other villagers. I don't know if we can right now, but let's find out.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Enter this villager's dream. And
another.
we do need to help them after all. Let me take a drink and we'll go in another one. Because I'm a madman, apparently. Jesus Christ. Alright. Dream numero dos.
This person...
It would appear...
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Welcome to the audiobook stream. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath the stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior! I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is the product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me! I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me! Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Faris. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Faris extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns. I fall to my knees and weep. I'm starting to lose it. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed west. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in a dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups means nothing, I tell myself. The casks will be ruined by the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack, and thick red liquid bursts forth from the hole. This is no wine. It is blood still warm from the body. Whether animal or something else, I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising flood waters, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods! The rest of the casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. Squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit in particular that catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth, and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses, locked from view by the portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough. Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made their homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, and then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up the back and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. The water had risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. "You dumb bust!" shouts Faris. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimoire of ice, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. And now we try again. Yeah, so you could just pure random chance fuck it up. Good luck, you died. The end.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear.
Can't say I'm...
Perhaps.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Game design, right? Remember how I said this is, you know, light novel, visual novel? Oh, whoop, you got a game over. Skip through all the text again. Such as text adventures. See the east, north, east. North! Against all hope, we make it to the front door. "Break it down!" someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Faris and Grimoire Vice, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat, the clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. "How can I thank you?" I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. "I would surely have died in there." Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. "Your dress?" asked Vice. "And you are a woman, madam?" "I am." I profited to a smile. I suppose that comes as something as a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Faris is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides so well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
Who doesn't love, what was it, Colossal Cave Adventure? Hunting the whatever it is? It was one of those old games. Alright. One left. This is... yeah, this is... I really have no words for this shit. It is utterly bizarre, and I've just realized, like, did I ever check the new word I got? Oh, was it execution? Ooh, that's a good one. I want to put that one on. Yeah. I like execution. Boop. And we give it, much like every single other thing in the game so far. Oh, we can't... yeah, Geb. And do we want Assure? No, we want Lugs. We should do Lugs on this one, too. Alright. See? Now we have the anime attack.
And another victim.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Also, if I'm right, Y'all went live with Man vs. Machine. I hope y'all are listening to my, audiobook right now. Because I feel like that would make great background noise. I won't lie.
have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
But oh well. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Ferris had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage,
he said. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Ferris nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. There, the heat reflecting from the road made Ferris lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke? He said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some matter of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Ferris glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Ferris's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Ferris lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road, with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water! He cried. It's water! Water? Asked Vice. Preposterous. I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Ferris sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Ferris closed his eyes and sighed as Weiss floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Ferris shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is, I just missed it. Look, it's right there! Ferris sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Ferris came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Ferris and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here. Ferris's face clouded. There isn't? There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the City of Art. Ferris looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Ferris, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up towards the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possess triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Faris. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps this land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract words around them, Faris and Weiss eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Faris uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable, except for a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Faris moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Faris. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Faris. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Faris and threw his hands on the air. Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Their respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Weiss. Faris furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak truth, the false ones will only speak lies. How's this work again? If Alpha's speaking the truth, then Beta is saying that Alpha's speaking the truth, and that he is fake, and Gamma is saying that Beta is speaking the truth, which is impossible, because then Gamma would... Wait, no, because he is speaking a lie. So it can't be Alpha. If it's Beta, Alpha's a lie, Beta's form is true. Gamma's is a lie, meaning that Beta is speaking the truth and Gamma is fake. If Gamma was real, then Alpha is lying and Beta is lying. Gamma is speaking the truth, the Beta is lying and it is real. But if Beta is lying, then Alpha is speaking the truth, so it has to be Beta! The real one is Beta. Though Faris' words betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, what began Weiss in dry tones of lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Beta's claiming that I just went over this, I'm not reading it. Yeah, about that. What I just said, but in a Weiss voice. As Weiss finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Weiss in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low it could go before an uncomfortable Faris pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Weiss. Have you been to this city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Faris, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Faris during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
We're free! We're finally free! Good God, that was torture. Alright. Listen, I'm ready to narrate some things, but I'd rather not an entire light novel, please. Thank you. There's a reason I'm not streaming any visual novels right now. Otherwise I'd be doing Danganronpa. One-handed sword fade.
This looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
And that was important to get.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
We're free. We're finally free. And Faith is... actually not bad. Ooh, it's katana. Neat. Yeah, I mean, this is very light. Good, yeah. Ooh, it hits very fast. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this one for now. Everyone loves a bit of variety. Alright, after that absolute torture on my throat, we are definitely gonna call it there. God damn, Yoko Taro. Anyways, welcome to NieR, ladies and gentlemen. That was the visual novel section of the game. Why is there a visual novel section in this action RPG bullet hell shmup? Because Yoko Taro is a crazy person. Absolutely cuckoo bananas, and I'm pretty sure the only reason he hasn't been fired is that he's a good drinking buddy with someone high up at Square Enix. Anyways, I'm gonna raid Aeon now and go relax my throat. I hope you all have a lovely time. If you want to follow me, you know, here, as I've started saying, Twitch for following me live, YouTube for watching the VODs, and Discord if you want to keep up with the community. Links are all in all the usual places. And until next time, y'all take care. God damn you, Katara.